really naive to getting into this whole spin of things because they don't know what they're getting into at all.
I can understand that no one really wants to talk to little Kevin's father because there was a pretty public rift between our side of the family and him right after Traci passed.
So it looks like things are getting real heated in the Braxton family. And this time all eyes are on Kevin Surrat, Traci Braxton's husband. The streets are buzzing with talk that Kevin has found himself in the middle of a serious feud with the Braxton family, and they've apparently shut him out for good. Now, we've heard the family has thrown shade at Kevin in the past, but ever since Traci's passing, it seems like they've taken it to a whole new level. They don't want anything to do with him at all. But here's the real question. What in the world did Kevin do to make the Braxtons turn their backs on him completely? It's one thing to have family drama, but getting permanently cut off? That's a whole other story. The tension must be sky high, and it makes you wonder, what went down behind the scenes? Is there something more going on that we don't know about yet? Kevin Surrat is definitely not the type to stay silent, and he's not about to let the family walk all over him. He's got a lot to say, and from what we've heard, it's going to be explosive.
The other thing is, I really want people to understand this part. To death did us part. Please understand that. Please do. Because some narratives will not include that in that situation, and I thank God that He gave us that. And
so grab some popcorn because this is about to get messy. Now, you all know that Traci Braxton and Kevin Surrat were married back in 1996 and stayed together for 25 years. Their relationship wasn't always smooth sailing. They were open about their ups and downs. In fact, they even took their marriage struggles to the small screen when they appeared on Marriage Boot Camp Celebrity Edition in 2014. After going through the process on the show, it seemed like they were back on good terms and had worked things out. Sadly, their love story took a heartbreaking turn when Traci passed away at the age of 50 after battling esophageal cancer. Kevin confirmed her passing to TMZ, saying, "After a year of privately undergoing a series of treatments, our beloved Traci Braxton has gone on to glory." Traci left behind her family, including her husband Kevin Surrat Sr. and their son Kevin Jr. But ever since her death, it seems like Kevin Jr., also known as Little Kev, has been going through some personal struggles. These issues came to light during the premiere of Braxton Family Values, where Lil Kev opened up about the turmoil in his life. Not only is he grappling with the pain of losing his mother, but he's also facing a divorce from his wife, Olivia Haran, after only a few years of marriage. Can you imagine the weight on Little Kev's shoulders, losing his mother while dealing with the breakdown of his marriage? Prayers are definitely with him during this tough time. And if that wasn't enough, things got even more complicated during a conversation he had with his aunts. Tamar noticed some strange distraction while Kev was talking, speculating that he might have been speaking with the police. Then Tawanda returned after checking in on him and revealed that someone had actually called the police, claiming there was a warrant out for his arrest. Tawanda even suggested that someone close to Little Kev might have set him up. With all the drama swirling around Little Kev, everyone's been wondering, where's his father, Kevin Surrat Sr., in all of this? The situation seems more complicated than it appears. It turns out that Kevin and Little Kev haven't been in touch as much recently, and people are starting to speculate about why. Some believe that Little Kev has been caught in a web of manipulation and brainwashing by the Braxton family. This theory suggests that the family might be influencing Little Kev's thoughts and decisions, causing a rift between him and his father. As if the family wasn't already dealing with enough, things got even more intense in episode 2 of Braxton Family Values. Traci was still very much on everyone's minds as the Braxton sister sat down with a grief counselor, Spirit, for what was supposed to be a healing session. But instead, the session quickly turned into a dramatic confrontation. It all seemed to be going well until Spirit asked Tawanda how it felt not to have access to her sister Tamar. Before Tawanda could even answer, Tamar jumped in, claiming Tawanda doesn't care about her. Tamar didn't hold back, saying Tawanda makes more of an effort to stay in contact with Tony and Trina, while she's the one who has to reach out to Tawanda first. According to Tamar, Tawanda only bothers to reach out when they're filming the show. Tawanda admitted she wasn't even sure when they last spoke, but she did point out that Tamar didn't reach out to her for her birthday in September, even though they filmed the episode in March. The tension between the sisters was thick, and the look on Tawanda's face said it all. Realizing Tamar wasn't going to budge, Tawanda made it clear that she was done with the drama. She declared that moving forward, she only cared about the people in her household, her partner, and her kids.
That's just it. And that's it. You know? If this person said, you act like you hard, you got a wall that makes it seem like you don't care. It's not that I don't care. It's not that. What it is that I have respectfully learned to compartmentalize the things that is more important.
But it didn't end there. Right after the episode aired, Tamar took things to another level by releasing a heartbreaking video of Traci's final moments. Then within just 24 hours, Tamar went on a wild rant, throwing her entire family under the bus, including her friend and fiancé, alleged husband, JR. She posted a series of shocking tweets before deleting most of her social media profiles, leaving everyone wondering what was really going on. All this drama only added fuel to the fire, proving that the Braxton family might be hiding some deep, dark secrets. With all the back and forth, it's clear there are some pretty nasty things happening behind the scenes that the public hasn't been told about yet. And Kevin Surrat probably knows more than he's letting on. But let's take a moment to address the real question. Why wasn't Kevin involved in Traci's grieving process on Braxton family values? Despite being married to Traci at the time of her passing, fans found it strange that he wasn't invited to participate in the show or the healing process with the rest of the family. If anyone should have been included, it was Kevin, right? Social media was buzzing with people calling it disrespectful for the family to have those deep conversations about Traci without including her husband. Many were left wondering if Kevin had been banned from the family entirely. And to be honest, don't you think it's odd that Kevin was left out of the conversation altogether? Kevin didn't explicitly say there was drama with the Braxton family during his Instagram Live after the show premiered, but he definitely dropped some subtle hints. Instead of being surrounded by the Braxton family, he talked about a whole other village that stepped up to help him and little Kev cope with Traci's loss. He kept emphasizing that this village had been there for them through it all, which led many to believe he's been estranged from the family for some time.
See, we have a whole nother village, you know what I mean, that was always there for us. Whole nother village. And that village came and embraced us.
Kevin also made it clear that his commitment to Traci lasted until the very end. Death did us part, he said, asking people to remember that. He expressed gratitude for the people who stood by him and his son, highlighting how this other village was always there, embracing them, and helping them in ways the Braxton family didn't. He even detailed how he and Traci discovered her cancer on December 15, 2020, and how they'd been fighting through it ever since. While Kevin was careful not to say too much, those who were paying attention could see the cracks in his relationship with the Braxton family. And let's be real, if the family is treating Kevin poorly, this wouldn't be the first time. When Traci passed away in 2022, Kevin faced similar issues, and it seems the tension has only grown since then. According to Kevin, the sisters of his late wife made him out to be a bad husband simply because he planned a funeral service for her. The Braxton sisters, along with their mother, claimed that Kevin went against Traci's wishes, as she had supposedly requested to be cremated immediately without any funeral or wake. But Kevin had other plans. He organized a funeral with a viewing, and even set up Zoom links for those who couldn't attend in person. Despite the fact that none of Traci's sisters or her mother showed up to the service, her father did attend. However, even that wasn't without drama. Reports say that Traci's father wasn't on the guest list, and it took an insider from the church to recognize him and allow him to enter. To add insult to injury, he was seated in the fourth row and wasn't given the opportunity to speak about his daughter. Kevin, however, has a different side of the story. He claimed that Traci's father was not denied entry, and that both her father and brother briefly attended the funeral. Kevin insisted that the sisters and mother were invited but chose not to attend. Feeling attacked by the way he was portrayed, Kevin slammed Traci's family for making him look like a deadbeat husband in the media. He also made it clear that Traci had communicated her wishes to him, and she had wanted a viewing and a memorial service. According to Kevin, these plans were also discussed with her management and public relations team to ensure her life was celebrated in the way she had wanted. He expressed his frustration saying, "I was with my wife more than anybody in this world. I know my wife. When she got cancer, we really started to communicate about funeral plans, and I was still trying to find treatments for her. I went to every single one of her doctor appointments throughout our entire marriage. That's how we were, and now they're treating me like a deadbeat husband." While Kevin went ahead with his plans, the Braxton family decided to hold their own private memorial on April 2nd, which would have been Traci's 51st birthday. Toni Braxton even appeared on the Tamron Hall show, where she seemed to confirm their separate memorial. And once again, Kevin was left out of the Braxton family's plans. He told Page Six, "I was never invited. No one has sent me any type of invitation." Well, it's clear that this family isn't treating him well, because let me take you back to our other notable incident from around 4 years ago, when Traci Braxton was still alive, which sheds light on the discord. In an episode of the reality show, Traci openly called her sister Tawanda a snake because she felt that Tawanda's then partner Sean Hall was overstepping his bounds by getting involved in their family drama during a trip to Napa Valley. At that time, Kevin Surrat also found himself in the line of fire when Tamar Braxton slammed him for his criminal record as he tried to defend Traci. The tension between Kevin and the family has been brewing for quite some time, and Tawanda's reaction to Traci's outburst at Trina Braxton's wedding only added fuel to the fire. Tawanda responded to a fan questioning why Traci lashed out at Sean, saying, "'Cause she mad. Because unlike her, I have a real man." This kind of statement highlights the family's history of taking jabs at Kevin, and it seems that now that Traci has passed, they feel even less inclined to deal with him. Many speculate that the Braxtons' family's current attitude towards Kevin may also stem from a fear that he might expose some of their deep-seated issues. Toni Braxton, for instance, is reportedly dealing with heart issues that could make her lupus worse. Trina is grappling with addiction problems, including alcohol and food, and she's also battling PTSD. Traci's son, Kevin Jr., is also facing challenges that might require therapy and emotional support, though this hasn't been publicly discussed. Tawanda appears to be the family's gatekeeper, often steering clear of sensitive topics on the show, trying hard to keep their private matters under wraps. And then there's Tamar, who seems to attract drama wherever she goes. Recently, Tamar's family drama hit a new high when she hinted at cutting off her entire family, largely due to her tumultuous relationship with her husband, Jeremy Robinson. Tamar has been fiercely defending Jeremy, and her family seems to be at their breaking point with him. As we mentioned earlier, Tamar made waves by shutting down her social media accounts, but not before posting a series of explosive statements. She accused her family of being toxic and hinted that she might need to go back into treatment. Her post revealed a mix of gratitude towards Jeremy and her children, but also deep sadness and a feeling of isolation. Despite Tamar later clarifying that she and Jeremy were still together, many people saw her social media outbursts as a desperate cry for help. Tamar's family allegedly believes that Jeremy is a major contributor to her issues and can't understand why she remains with him despite the chaos it's causing. But the drama surrounding Tamar Braxton didn't end there. During her appearance on the Tamron Hall show, Tamar had openly questioned why her personal struggles were being used as a plot point on Braxton family values. With the show's release still pending at the time, she asked, "I'm still having a hard time trying to figure out what's the premise. Is this to inspire to help people with mental illness, to help Tamar with her new normal with depression and anxiety?" In response, her sisters Trina and Tawanda Braxton had explained their decision to address the sensitive incident on the show during an interview with ET. Tawanda mentioned that it would have been unfair to their fans and viewers not to discuss Tamar's situation. "I think we would do our fans and the viewers a disservice if we didn't talk about it," she said, emphasizing that their aim was to show how the incident affected them personally rather than focusing only on Tamar. Trina had also revealed that Tamar had blocked her and her sisters on social media at that time, but insisted that they still managed to keep in touch. She noted that their experiences were different, particularly regarding Tamar's choice to leave the show. When an interviewer suggested there might be a disconnect in their perspectives, Tawanda disagreed, stating, "All of it is about perspective." On top of all of this, Toni Braxton's financial troubles add another layer to the family's struggles. Despite her successful music career, which includes 2 #1 hits on the US Hot 100 and her album Secrets selling over 13 million copies worldwide, Toni has faced severe money problems. She even filed for bankruptcy twice, first in 1998 and again later. In a 2012 interview, Toni revealed She once received a shockingly small $1,972 royalty check from her first record contract. She explained that advances on future records often left her in debt. Besides financial missteps, Toni also admitted to spending excessively on luxury home decor. After accumulating nearly $4 million in debt, she managed to secure a $20 million settlement from her label Arista, as detailed in her memoir, Unbreak My Heart. Unfortunately, Toni Braxton's financial woes didn't stop with her first bankruptcy. In 2008, the celebrated singer faced another major setback when she had to cancel her Las Vegas residency due to serious health problems. This led her to file for bankruptcy once again, as reported by ABC News. This second filing was particularly tough, but there was a silver lining. A federal court decided to dismiss much of her debt, which allowed Toni to keep her most treasured possessions. Aside from her financial struggles, Toni's personal life has also been marked by complex and difficult decisions. One of the more private aspects of her history involves her experiences with abortion. In her memoir, Unbreak My Heart, Toni Braxton opens up about a deeply personal and challenging moment in her life. She shares that in her early 30s, while in a relationship with her ex-husband Kerry Lewis, she had an abortion. At the time, Toni was on Accutane, a medication known for its severe side effects on fetuses. She felt the weight of her circumstances heavily influenced her decision. In a candid interview with ET, Toni reflected on her choice, explaining her feelings of guilt and hopelessness. She admitted, "I felt selfish because I was thinking, I'm going through bankruptcy. There's things going on with my life, and I can't give this kid any future. I was feeling hopeless for no reason. When I look at it now, for no reason? What was I thinking?" Despite these struggles, she went on to have 2 children with Lewis in the early 2000s. Their youngest, Dizelle Braxton, was diagnosed with autism when he was 3. In her memoir, Toni stirred controversy by suggesting that her son's condition might be a form of divine retribution for her earlier abortion. She wrote, "I believe that God's payback was to give my son autism." This statement sparked criticism from Autism Daily newscast, who expressed concern over the potential harm of her words. Braxton later addressed the backlash on Twitter, agreeing with a fan who felt her comments had been misinterpreted. She clarified that she never intended to imply that autism was a result of divine punishment. Now let's circle back to Kevin. It looks like he's had his fill of the drama involving the Braxton sisters, especially now that his wife is out of the picture. It seems like Kevin might know more about the situation than he's letting on, and he's definitely not letting the drama get the best of him. One fan even remarked, "My heart goes out to Big Kevin and Little Kevin, because those Braxton girls and their mother are dysfunctional, and Evelyn is part of the problem." They treated Traci like the black sheep because Traci continued to have a relationship with her father. "I have no interest watching this season because they are too much and really dislike Tamar. She's so dramatic and toxic." Another person pointed out, "They're showing Traci more love and respect now, more than when she was alive. This is insane." But what do you think? Are the Braxtons throwing shade at Kevin on purpose? Or could there be even darker secrets hiding behind closed doors? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos for more juicy updates. See you soon.